So just yesterday, Monday, October 27th, while people in Chicago were mourning the death of THF Bezu, as well as another young lady who died yesterday. Maybe that's a story we'll get to a little bit later. I don't think they was connected, which they could be people saying it's connected, but I don't think so. But we'll get into that later. Little Durk and his legal team on Monday would appear in court to file motions to suppress certain evidence that was provided to them by the government. The government will recently deliver their discovery in full. They're saying it's over 200 pages of documents, iCloud, co-conspirator statements. There's a number of cooperating co-conspirators, claims the government. And Little Durk and his legal team, they filed this motion to suppress certain evidence that they believed that could be prejudicial. On Monday, October 27th, Lil Durk and his legal team would appear in court on a motion to suppress evidence given to them by the United States government during the discovery process. Much of the evidence challenged will be about the death of King Von and the public's pressure to slide for Von after his death. Evidence related to the death of King Von by Little Tim, the structure of the OTF organization, and violent actions taken by members of OTF towards Quando Rondo and others following the death of King Von will be called into question by defense. Other evidence the defense would motion to suppress would also include a podcast appearance by Little Durk, in which the government believes the defendant proclaimed that he doesn't hear as much slide for Von. This podcast will take place after the Los Angeles shooting of SR, aka Lil Pab. Just to kind of reiterate, Durk's lawyers and legal team. First off, it's the same team. So the first thing they were trying to do was sever Durk away from all of the other defendants, where the other defendants will have their own case and Durk will have his own case. They also wanted to keep the jury from seeing evidence about that DJ Academics interview where Little Durk seemingly says that, he doesn't hear as much slide for Von. Whatever the government took by him saying that, they're putting that in the case and saying that they may have had something to do with the death of Lil Pab, as well as a 2022 death that they put in there, which I believe is the Stephon Mack case, because of the THF Bezu death and just everything going on with that. Like we said, a young lady was shot. Some people are saying it had something to do with Bezu. Some people are saying it didn't. We're gonna do our research and get into that. But we believe because of all of that, people may try to, make this motion, this court case or court date a little bit more kind of important than what it was. It was really like a typical court date motion. They've received discovery. Now they're going to try their hardest to suppress some of this evidence before they go to trial. It seems like the judge isn't really hearing it. Yesterday may have been their best opportunity to get some of that stuff suppressed. Also, in the paperwork that we didn't mention, the government alleges that they did go through Lil Durk's Twitter and one of his iClouds, and there was no pertinent evidence found on his Twitter account or one of his iClouds. But we do know from text messages that are being used from iClouds that whether it was Durk's iCloud or it's the people he's talking to, where maybe he deleted his iCloud, but the other people didn't. So now they're able to trace it back. Either way, they're able to trace a number of text messages between Durk and members of OTF in which they target basically all rivals. After the death of King Von, they targeted people associated with Quando Rondo. They targeted rivals in Chicago. They even targeted, people in Atlanta, just normal people, and they were just targeting everybody. They also break down the overall structure of OTF. I believe, like what we told you guys, that CW-1 has kind of laid out the structure of OTF like it was a continuous criminal enterprise. And I guess they putting Durk at the top. They saying, the robbery back in 2019 at the Varsity has something to do with some structural stuff. I don't know if that was, I don't know. But it's all in the documents. We're gonna, put them all in the video. The government has supplied substantial evidence, a lot of it They have cooperating co-conspirators. They talk about that. So there's some people that was involved in this Lil Pab case or the Stephon Mack or whatever what they calling co-conspirators, but these dudes is cooperating. So that I think it was like 6 people. I think I'm counting at this point. I think it's like up to like 6 people that's cooperating. So either way, man, we still working on a number of docs. This one included THF Basil. So it's a lot of stuff going on. Y'all be looking out for that, man. But we wanted to hit y'all with this update as soon as possible. It's your boy Emrick El Guapo, man. Street Certified News, the most reputable source for urban media, man. Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. We love you. We out.